This is Chamber Chat on Chamber Channel 3 and 117.2, brought to you by Mansmith's Pharmacy, where your care is their only concern.
This is Chamber Chat brought to you by Mansmith's Pharmacy, and I'm Deb Height. Today we're visiting with Terry Chamberlain of the VFW, and welcome, Terry.
Good morning, good morning. How's everything going today?
It's going great. So I hear we have quite a honor coming up for one of our local people.
Yes, we do. In fact, two of our citizens, veterans from Palo Alto County, are going on the honor flight for Bushy Creek out of Fort Dodge on September 7th. We have raised enough money for them to go, and again, many thanks to the citizens of Palo Alto County and the businesses that we've talked to, the corporate organizations that we've talked to, and any of the individuals that have come up to me and personally and given us money to send these gentlemen to Washington, D.C. for a trip that they be very memorable to them in the long run throughout the years. Bushy Creek Honor Flight has been doing this for many years. They've done over 500 World War II veterans have gone, and then also 300 guardians along with those 500 veterans, doctors, nurses, business people, board members of the Bushy Creek organization have gone to D.C. and with the help of the citizens of Iowa, basically, or northwest Iowa here for Bushy Creek area, have sent many veterans on a flight to Washington, D.C. To see the veterans memorials that are out there, World War II, World War I, Korea, Vietnam, Arlington Cemetery, Changing the Guard, and many other of the things that are there to see, per se, for the veterans. This is something that I want to get back with the people of Palo Alto County to let them know that we will be sending two individuals from Palo Alto County this year to the honor flight. And the names of those gentlemen are Don Wishman and Bernard Brown from West Bend. Don is from here in Emmitsburg. He's a member of our local VFW post here. So those two gentlemen will be going this year on the honor flight, which is in September. I also want to mention that the honor flight from Fort Dodge has set up another flight that's coming in May of next year, and possibly another flight that's going to be going again in September of next year. Yes. So two more flights are available. I do have the number to anyone or any veteran that wants to call and get a hold of the members down there in Fort Dodge for the honor flight to put their names in to get on the list. It's a first come, first basis name person that gets on the flight. They only take 162 people, veterans, for each flight that goes down. And that's not a full plane for them, but that then enhances people to have the guardians go along, the doctors, the nurses, again, the board members and stuff like that. So that is a full flight that goes out there. They leave like around, I believe it's like 5 o'clock in the morning from Fort Dodge, fly directly to D.C. From then on, from that point, they're continuously on the move to see the the sites that are out there. And then they come back again that night. I'm leaving around 7, 8 o'clock, give or take. And then the people can pick them up from the Fort Dodge Airport, and then they drive back home. So it's a full day of activities that are going on for these veterans to get a chance to go out and do this.
So is this are these the first people from Palo Alto County to be able to do this?
Yes, it is that I know of, yeah. We were contacted, to give a little back history here, we were contacted the last of June of this year to say that we had two individuals, two veterans going from Palo Alto County. We took on the responsibility of raising funds to send these people at $600 per person, that the veterans, just in case they can't raise the funds to get out there or get out to see Washington, D.C., to go out there on this flight. I was really kind of hesitant, and I'm sorry to say that, but of all the things that are going on for people needing donation for this or donation for the Red Cross, or for
there's so many people that have needs for finances.
Correct. Yeah. And I thought, well, this is maybe going to be something that's a little difficult for us to. I don't know if we'd get people to donate for this type of cause, but within 2 weeks I want to say roughly, we had to have the money back in by July 8th. Within that last of June to the 8th of July, we raised about $1,500. And again, that's $600 per person, so that's $1,200 we had to have down to the Bushy Cripe by the 8th of July. So I'm very blessed and honored to be here in Palo Alto County to have the people of this county support us in that way. And also, number two, I have set up an account for the extra cash that we received in a checking account, or excuse me, a savings account up at Iowa Trust Savings Bank. It's set up for the Bushy Creek Honor Flight, and anyone, any people can do this, go up into the bank and donate the money to this cause. It is tax deductible.
Sure.
And it's open to anybody, the citizens, business people, or whoever, can go up there and do this without any problem. They just ask the gals that are at the desk up there at the counter, and they will be grateful to put that money in there. And again, thank you for that, for doing this. It's a cause that I think is really deep to my heart, because being a veteran myself, it makes a big difference.
And there's so many veterans who don't have the finances or even the health.
Well, yeah, because
to do it on their own.
We're talking people of age factor of anywhere from I don't know, 65 to the oldest one I can remember that Ron told me about, the board president, was 90 years old.
90.
Went out there to see this on this trip. So yeah, any age group for veterans, they don't get out there. We're on a fixed income.
Yep,
so they don't have the funds to get out there and back and forth. And if the family can't help them, well, then somebody else has to do it. And that's why we stepped up and glad to help assist the veterans to get out there for this flight.
And it's so wonderful because this memorial, the memorials that are there have been built for
the
veterans.
Yeah, and then the latest one, of course, is the World War II one that just got built here not too long ago. So that's what they're mainly going to see, basically, for those. And the Korean War veteran memorial that's out there, too. So.
Yeah, well, that sounds wonderful. So is this available only for World War II veterans?
No, this is video for World War II and Korea veterans.
And Korean,
yeah,
okay.
So those two veterans can apply for this, to go out there and do this. Like I say, it's a first-come, first-served basis. I have the phone number, so if anybody wants to contact me, get a hold of me at 712-298-0883. And that's my cell phone number. I have it with me all the time. So this number is available. But I would recommend that you don't do anything until after January 1 of next year, because that's when they'll start putting the applications out for that flight in May then.
So is this something that will be ongoing for Palo Alto County, or it's just a very limited time?
Well, I think it's going to be depending on who gets on the list.
Okay.
They've been going this for quite a few years now, and this is the first time that I know of that people have gone and gotten on the flight from Palo Alto County, per se, for veterans. It's like I say, it's the first come, first served basis. So if your name's up there in the top of the list, and you're the 162 people that are on this flight, you've got to be within that number span to get on the flight. So
yeah, this is even the draft was much more.
Yeah. When you're number one, you're gone.
Yeah, that's right. It was more inclusive than this is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, Terry, is there anything else you want to add, or anything there you want to go over?
Just the fact that we have a savings account up there at Iowa Trust, and this can be donated at any time. Just go up there and talk to the gals there at the clerk, or the on the counter there, and to remind all Palo Alto citizens that we do have another flight coming in May. We won't know anything until after they get the drawing going, and to see if we have anybody from Palo Alto County again. But I think we'll have some more people. There's a lot of veterans out there yet from Korea that are still alive, and also then World War II. So, but Vietnam veterans, well, we're just gonna have to wait. Well, that'll be a while yet, I think, before we get on for that. Yeah.
Well, I did hear or read something about there's like 800. They suspect that 800 World War II veterans pass away each day.
Each day, yeah. It's just an amazing number.
And time flies so fast that when you remember your history lessons, you see how long ago that's been. You can understand that.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a few World War I veterans out there yet, but very, very, very few. But like I say, the Korean and World War II, they're going fast. And if anybody has a family member or a friend or cousin or whatever, aunt, uncle, even the ladies, per se, talk to them about their atmosphere or the time that they were in service. Be a friend to them. Because sometimes when they get in the rest home, and some of them do per se, they get pretty lonely. And if you go in and talk with them by a family member or just an individual per se, it makes a big difference to them, and I know it would.
So it seems like most times veterans don't really want to talk about the past and their time that they served.
Yeah, and then again, all it takes is one little question. Say, how you doing? How was your service time? Or something, or bring something up that's talking about something else, and then bring that kind of into the subject. And you'd be surprised how many people veterans will open up, and because somebody's asking about it. They're sometimes we get forgotten and not remembered, and that could be a hurting factor in the long run too.
Oh, you bet, you bet. Because we all there isn't anybody here that doesn't owe every veteran for the time that they have served.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for letting me come on. You
bet, and thank you for having something. You've been here a couple times before, and we've talked about things we do for the community. Mm-hmm. This time it's nice to talk about something that goes for the veterans.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
You bet. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
And for all you're doing. And we want to thank you for joining us. And this has been Chamber Chat, brought to you by Mansmith's Pharmacy, where your care is their only concern.
This has been Chamber Chat on Chamber Channel 3 and 117.2, brought to you by Mansmith's Pharmacy.